Hello everyone and welcome into Historic Kicks Field. I'm Hayden Bandel here on the Tidewater Summer League YouTube channel. We are currently under a lightning delay and there is some light rain on the field going on right now, but soon the Steamers are going to be taking off the tarp here in Edenton, North Carolina for their matchup against the 3-seeded Greenbrier Knights. The Knights defeated the Suffolk Voyagers on Tuesday afternoon by a score of 11-3. To advance to the semifinals. Edenton had a first round bye. They're the number 2 seed. This is one of 2 games going on tonight in the PCL playoffs. The Virginia Beach Sea Dogs, who were the 4 seed in the playoffs, are currently in Tarboro to face the 1-seeded River Bandits. That score is right now 0-0 in the top of the second after the River Bandits left the bases loaded in the first inning. So we're hoping that at around 8 o'clock we can get this tarp off of the field and the guys can continue their warm-ups from earlier. Obviously, after a long rain delay, they're going to need to stretch out and throw again. So we'll keep you updated with updates. But currently we are under a rain delay here at Historic Kicks Field. Hello everyone, welcome back into Historic Kicks Fields. As you can see, as I'll take this graphic off, the tarp is off the field. They are rolling it up right now as we speak out in right center. So we did get an update. The game is going to start at around 8:20 to 8:30 p.m. tonight. Once again, the game is going to start between 8:20 and 8:30 for the 2022 PCL semifinals between the 3-seeded Greenbrier Knights and 2-seeded Edenton Steamers. Don't go anywhere. back here in Edenton, North Carolina at historic Hicks Field. If you're just joining us, we've been under a lightning delay and we had some showers earlier as well, but the tarp is off the field. We're having the coaches meeting at home plate right now between the head coach of the 2-seeded Edenton Steamers, Justin Hill, and the 3-seeded Greenbrier Knights, Chuck Slaughter. We do have an update on the game in Tarboro. That game is currently tied going to the bottom of the third. The winner of this game would play the winner of the game down in Tarboro between the River Bandits and the Sea Dogs on Saturday in the PCL Championship. The Knights have been ready for a while. They've been warmed up. They've just been hanging around in the dugout. Most of the Steamers that are warming up down the left field line are starting to inch towards their home dugout. So we're going to get set to go in just a few moments here at historic Hicks Field. the Greenbrier Knights trying to end the Steamer season tonight. It's the 2022 PCL semifinals right here on the Tidewater Summer League YouTube channel. Welcome into historic field, everyone. Once again, I'm Hayden Vandell. Thank you for spending your Thursday night with me. Greenbrier handled business Tuesday afternoon, defeating the last place Suffolk Voyagers 11-3. Now, the Knights will try to pull off the first upset of the playoffs against a team they just went 1-4 against in the regular season. It was the pitching of Edenton to slow up the Greenbrier offense in the last 3 meetings. Chuck Slaughter's team scored at least 3 runs in all their games except for their last 3 against the Steamers. And now, one of the Edenton pitchers responsible for that is left-hander Nicky Wolking. Wolking started against the Knights on July 11th and went 8 1/3 innings, just allowing 1 unearned run. And Wolking is getting the start tonight for the Steamers as they look for their first playoff victory since 2017. You can see Wolking's numbers on your screen, and it is of note that his 44 strikeouts led all PCL pitchers in the regular season. And this is the Greenbrier lineup that Coach Slaughter is throwing out tonight against the lefty. There is one change for the Knights from their quarterfinal matchup. Blake Herman is no longer with the team. He went back to his home in Indiana early yesterday morning. Herman batted 6th and played 7th and played left field versus Suffolk. So instead, Tristan Hensley gets the nod as the starting left fielder in the 6th hole. So Quincy Scipio is leading off against Nicky Wolking. And the first pitch out of the windup is low below the knees of Scipio. We are underway here in the 2022 PCL semifinals. The other game in Tarboro is currently tied up in the bottom of the 4th. Both Virginia Beach and the River Bandits have scored a run. As Scipio swings and misses at a fastball from Wolking, and the count evens up at a ball and a strike. Scipio had an on-base percentage of .426 in the regular season. Takes that pitch up high from Wolking. The count is now 3-1. Scipio drew 9 walks in the regular season. As the 3-1 is popped up in the infield, the first baseman Abbott is under it, and he makes the catch for out number 1. That'll bring up the lefty Max Lucas. Lucas led the team with 24 hits in the regular season. And the first pitch that he sees from Wolking is a breaking ball that he lays off. Lucas had 3 RBI against the Voyagers in the quarterfinal. Looking to stay hot. He went 2 for 5 that night. A couple hours after that game concluded, Max officially announced that he will be transferring from his JUCO Panola College in his home state of Texas to Oral Roberts University, which is a D1 school. As Lucas takes a called strike, it evens up the count at 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes on Lucas. Here's the pitch from Wolking. Swing and a miss, strike 3. First strikeout of the postseason for Nicky Wolking. Who led the PCL, as I mentioned earlier, in the regular season with his 44 strikeouts. Now that'll bring up Luke Waters. Waters hit .310 in the regular season. And first pitch swinging, he flies one out to right. And Jackson Hipp is there to make the catch. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Nicky Wolking to start the semifinals in the 2022 PCL playoffs. Chad Andrazik is the starting pitcher tonight for the Greenbrier Knights. Andrazik was asked by head coach Chuck Slaughter if he was ready to start in the quarterfinals against the Voyagers. Chad said that his arm wasn't ready, and here he is a couple days later pitching in the semifinals for the Knights after they just threw out two pitchers against Suffolk on Tuesday afternoon. And these are the numbers for Andrazik. He only started one game in the regular season, but between his 3 total outings, he posted an ERA below 1. And this is the Steamers lineup that he's going to be facing tonight with Bryce Stevens leading off. It is of note that Nate Paulson is not in the Steamers lineup tonight. He went down with a broken thumb in the game against Tarboro on Tuesday. But someone that you did see as first pitch swinging, Stevens fouls it off towards the left side. It's Tanner Thatch. It's Thatch's first game in a while playing on the weekday. Tanner reported to school he was only playing on the weekends for the Steamers, but he is here for the playoffs as the Steamers look for their first playoff victory in 5 years. And Drazik quickly up 0-2. He has not pitched against the Steamers. He did arrive late to Greenbrier. Now pitching in the biggest game of the year for the Knights. And that ball is flied out to shallow right. Over comes the second baseman, Lucas, to snag it out of the air for out number 1.
Chase Bruno.
Chase Bruno in the 2-hole tonight for the Steamers. Bruno hit .350 in the regular season. Takes the first pitch outside from Andrazik, 1-0. Bruno in the regular season against Greenbrier went 4 for 13. And the 1-0 is fired in for a strike. It's been a pitcher's duel the last 2 times that the Knights have traveled down to Edenton, with just a combined 5 runs being scored in the 18 total innings. Now Andrzejczyk ahead on Bruno, 1-2. And that pitch misses away. It evens up the count at 2-2. Two-two, Andrzejczyk from the windup, and again he misses outside. This is the first full count of the night. Three-two coming to Bruno. Struck him out. First strikeout of the night for Andrzejczyk. And they're 2 down in the bottom of the first. Tanner Thatch steps into the box. The lefty is the front runner for PCL MVP the first couple of weeks, but it looks like Jared May will take that as there's a 1-3 putout. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Chad Andrzejczyk. We're scoreless at the end of 1 in the 2022 PCL semifinals. Get your game on with D-Bat of Virginia Beach, baseball, softball, training, and more. D-Bat of Virginia Beach is a state-of-the-art facility with over 17,000 square feet, 13 batting cages, and professional instructors who don't just know baseball and softball, but live and breathe it. You can find them located at 5258A Fairfield Shopping Center in Virginia Beach. You can call them at 757-467-1111. You can also visit their website at dbatofvirginiabeach.com. Warren Bailey leading off the second inning here at Historic Hicks Field. We have not had a base runner, 6 up and 6 down for the two teams combined to start the night. Bailey, the starting DH, he was originally going to be behind the plate. Before the game, I was hanging out by the Greenbrier dugout. Head coach Chuck Slaughter asked Warren if he was ready to catch tonight. He said he was. But then about 10 minutes later, Coach Slaughter came up to me and said that him and Corbin are just changing roles. So Corbin is behind the plate tonight with Warren doing the DHing. Warren led the teams in home runs with 5 in the regular season. Did not hit one against the Steamers. Corbin McLeod did hit the only home run of the postseason after not having a single extra base hit the entire regular season. He's in the 7-hole tonight. 1-2 on its way to Bailey. And that ball misses outside. It's Bailey, Hahn, and Hensley. 4, 5, and 6 due up in the order as Bailey pokes one into center. But right there is Davis Halstead to make the catch. Halstead making his first appearance in center field for the Steamers with the absence of Nate Paulson. Halstead is comfortable in center. He actually started right here at Historic Hicks Field where he played his high school ball. So he is accustomed to all the measurements in the fences and whatnot. Burton Hahn, first pitch, and lines one to the shortstop, Bruno, who can't snag it. And Hahn is the first man to reach base tonight. See how they score. It looks like they're going to give Hahn an infield single. That'll bring up Tristan Hensley. Hensley, aside from the starting pitcher, he's the only one in the Knights lineup that didn't start against the Voyagers on Tuesday. And Hensley shows a bunt and he pops it straight up, and Jeremiah Boyd makes the catch in foul ground for the second out. So the Knights try playing some small ball against the Steamers. After they've only scored just one run in their last 2 trips down to Edenton. Tried to move a runner in scoring position with 2 out instead. There are still 2 outs, but Hahn is still left on first as Corbin McLeod steps into the box for the first time tonight. And the first pitch that he sees sails away, 1-0. McLeod in his last at-bat hit that home run over the left field wall at War Memorial Stadium. And the 1-0 nearly hits him. It gets by Boyd, and over to second goes Hahn. So now the Knights do have a runner in scoring position. And it's a 2-0 count on McLeod. McLeod is the only Knight in the lineup that did not have a hit against the Steamers in the regular season. He was 0 for 7. He drove in the last 3 runs in the quarterfinals, now trying to drive in the first one of the semifinals. And Corbin lays off on the 2-0 pitch. The count goes to 3-0. Nicky Wolking takes a little stroll around the pitcher's mound. 3-0 to McLeod. Let's see if he decides to take all the way. He swings through a fastball. McLeod can keep things going. Dylan Bowen would be next. Burton Hahn scored the only run when Nicky Wolking made his start back on July 11th as McLeod yanks one foul. And it was in a similar position with 2 outs. Hahn was on second. He decided to break for third base. He arrived safely, and the ball on the throw from the catcher rolled into left field, and that was the only run scored off of Wolking that night. Wolking shakes off Boyd a couple of times, and now he's ready. Payoff pitch to McLeod, and a called strike 3. McLeod was headed over to first. The catcher didn't agree with the call from the home plate umpire, but nevertheless, the Knights leave a runner stranded in scoring position as we head to the bottom of the second, scoreless in the 2022 semifinals. Jeremiah Boyd leading off the home second as the Steamers look for their first base runner of the night after Andrazik retired them 1-2-3. It's Boyd, Abbott, and Hip due up 4, 5, and 6 in the Edenton lineup. Good pitch there from Andrazik that catches the inside corner, 1-1. We do have a score update in Tarboro. The Sea Dogs have taken the lead thanks to a solo shot from Lincoln Lubson to start the sixth inning. It's now 2-1 Virginia Beach. As Boyd takes that one inside.
We got plenty of food and
The winner of that game in Tarboro
Beer garden's got a lot of beer.
would play the winner of this matchup. And if the Sea Dogs were to stave the upset, they would be the road team as Boyd rips one into right field for a base hit. First hit of the night for the Steamers. That'll bring up Tate Abbott. Abbott hit .283 in the regular season for Edenton. Was 4 for 12 against Greenbrier. Andrazik first pitch from the stretch, and it's a called strike. That ball is just able to be stopped by McLeod. McLeod, the best catcher defensively in my eyes in the PCL. Abbott's one of 3 lefties tonight, starting against the righty Andrazik, and his 1-1 is swung through. 1-2 on its way from Mandrazik, and that one is pulled foul. Mandrazik had one strikeout in the first inning, and his one start in the regular season, he went 4 innings and struck out 5. Looking for a second here tonight. 1-2 on its way. And that one is lined down the right field line. That's a base hit. Trying to go first to third is Boyd. And Hahn's throw is cut off. Back-to-back singles for Edenton. To put runners on the corners with nobody out. So after Andrazik retired his first 3 batters, the first 2 both singled to right field. And already action in the Knights bullpen as hit breaks his bat. Andrazik will go to first with it for the first out, but moving over to second is Abbott. So it's a 1-3 put out.
Let's do it for all, make it number 14, Hunter Cole.
As Andrazik will face another lefty with 1 out, he can really use a strikeout. Corners are in for Greenbrier. His first pitch misses to Hunter Cole, 1-0. Cole was 4 for 12 in the regular season against Knights pitching. Obviously, this is the first time he's seeing Andrazik, and he's up on the count, 2-0. It's Bowen and Waters in at the corners. Luke Waters did not play a single inning of third base in the regular season for Greenbrier. He started there in their first playoff matchup, and he was nothing but spectacular. Had one beautiful sliding play to throw out a runner. That one is hit to right. In comes Hahn. He can't make the catch. Boyd got a late jump. The throw from Hahn is offline as it hits Boyd. It's an RBI single for Hunter Cole, and it puts the Steamers on the board. It's the third single of the inning. All of them have been to right field.
Number 12, Davis Halstead.
Hahn did a good job of bluffing that. As Boyd was held up at third, he thought that Hahn was going to come in and catch it. So as the ball bounced was when Boyd broke for the plate. But Hahn's throw was just offline, which is not typical of Burt. He's already thrown out 2 runners from right field in a Knights uniform. Now Davis Halstead, he is the replacement for Nate Paulson, who broke or has an injury. Still unclear as to what it is. And the 1-0 puts Halstead to his feet. Halstead in limited playing time. He went 2 for 4 in the games that he played in against Greenbrier. Now ahead 2-0, and he hits that one to third. Waters has Abbott gunned down at third. Abbott was breaking as Waters was looking over to first, and Waters slaps the tag on Abbott to eliminate him from the base paths. So there's another outstanding play from Luke Waters to prevent a potential run. So it puts Cole on second. Halstead reaches on the fielder's choice. The 9-hole hitter, Alden Cottle, comes to the dish. With 2 outs, it would be huge if Andrzejczyk can come out of this inning with just 1 run. As Cottle slaps one to center, Scipio in front of the warning track has room for the 3rd out. A run does come in to score for the Steamers as we'll head to the 3rd inning from Historic Hicks Field with the Steamers up 1-0. Top of the 3rd inning here in Edenton as Dylan Bowen takes a called strike. We do have a score update. It was just 3-1 Sea Dogs after Sam Slevin hit the 2nd solo shot in the 6th inning for Virginia Beach. But to start off the bottom half of the 6th, Harrison Johnson sent a ball over to right. So it's now 3-2 Virginia Beach. 1-1 from Wolking. And Bowen fouls it off of his foot, 1-2. Bowen went 1 for 4 against the Voyagers. It was his first hit in nearly a month. Trying to get things started here as he swings and misses at a pitch in the dirt. Boyd will have to throw over to strike out Bowen. Back-to-back strikeouts for the strikeout king, Nicky Wolking. It's his 3rd of the night. Now Dominic Proctor steps into the box. The 9-hole hitter. He's by far the best 9-hole hitter in the PCL. The regular season, Proctor hit .351. It's not a bad 9-hole slot for Chuck Slaughter's Knights. Proctor lays off that pitch. Proctor was 2 for 4 in their first playoff game, had a pair of singles. Also scored a run. Can the offense wake up for the Knights? As Proctor fouls one off out of play, 2-1. The Knights have just scored 3 runs in their last 3 games against the Steamers. Trail 1-0 here in the third as that pitch sails up high from Wolken. They tried to play some small ball in the last inning, but Tristan Hensley was unsuccessful trying to lay down a bunt. 3-1 to Proctor, and he slaps one out to center. Back goes Halstead to the warning track, and he makes the running catch. Oh boy, Proctor gave that one a ride. But the center fielder, who played his entire 4 years of high school ball here at Historic Hicks Field, knew just how to track that ball down. Wolken gave Proctor a good 3-1 pitch right up his alley. Just got a tad under it. Second time around the lineup for Greenbrier. Leadoff Scipio takes the pitch outside and away. Wolken kind of lost his footing. Scipio was 4 for 17 in the regular season against the Steamers. Trying to get things started with 2 outs. Knights have just had 1 base runner for the first 2 2/3 innings. Count is 2-1. And that one is lined into left center. That'll fall for a base hit. Second hit of the night for Greenbrier, and it puts Scipio aboard with 2 out. I'll bring up Max Lucas. Lucas was 2 for 5 in the first playoff game as he hits one out to right. Back goes Hip to the warning track, and he makes the catch in front of the fence. Oh, wow. The Knights came inches away from 2 home runs in the inning. Instead, they are still scoreless through 3 here in Edenton. Top of the lineup, leading off for the Steamers. Bryce Stevens fouls off that first pitch from Andrzejczyk, 0-1, and boy, did the Knights give themselves a couple of opportunities with two deep fly balls off of the bats of Dominic Proctor and Max Lucas. And they each sent one out to the warning track that was hauled down. So now Chad Andrzejczyk just trying to keep the lead at 1. He's fortunate to only allow 1 run in the last inning. Luke Waters made a beautiful defensive play that helped out his starting pitcher. That one's hit to the opposite field by Stevens. That's the 4th hit of the night for the Steamers. They have all been to right field. So we saw the Knights play some small ball in the second inning. Let's see if the Steamers try to do the same with Bruno at the dish with 1 on and no one out. Bruno did lead the Steamers with hits in the regular season, 49 of them. That was 13 more than Nate Paulson, who's not playing today due to injury. Tanner Thatch is 3rd. He's at 31. So in the starting lineup tonight, Bruno has 18 more hits than any other Steamer. He is 0 for 1 tonight. He struck out swinging against Andrzejczyk in the first inning, and that pitch hits him. And for the second consecutive inning, the Steamers have their first 2 runners aboard. Now Corbin McLeod is going to go out to talk to Chad Andrzejczyk before he faces the lefty Thatch. Do have an update in Tarboro. The River Bandits have tacked on 4 runs in the 6th inning. So as they take a 5-3 lead, every time they would announce the score here in Edenton, the home crowd would give a round of applause. They want to face the lower seeded Sea Dogs. This is a big at-bat here in the game as Thatch fouls one off into the Knights dugout. Thatch rolled one over to Andrzejczyk in his first at-bat. Looked like Chad was settled in for the night. He had a 1-2-3 inning in the first. But a run came in to score in the second, and the first 2 men aboard in the third. Thatch again is early on that pitch. In the regular season series, Thatch was 2 for 10 without an extra base hit against the Knights. Now he's behind on Andrzejczyk, 1-2. He's 0 for 1 tonight. 1-2 coming to Thatch, and that one's hit through the hole and into right field, being waved around third. Is Stevens. A throw from Hahn is not in time. It's an RBI single for Tanner Thatch. The 5th hit of the night for the Steamers. They have all been to right field. On what have been unplayable balls for Burton Hahn. Kellen Davis is warming up for Greenbrier. Runners on the corners and no one out for Boyd. He had the first hit of the night for Edenton. He slapped one to the opposite field. Catcher went 4 for 11 in the regular season series. Lays off the 1. Infield playing at normal depth for Greenbrier, with Bowen holding on. Thatch, Boyd slaps that one. That could be 2. Lucas, the flip to second onto first, is in time for the 4-6-3 double play. A run does score for the Steamers. It extends their lead to 3. But now there are 2 outs. Good job there from Lucas after it went by the diving Andrazik. To pounce on the ball. He had trouble trying to get it out, but just in time to eliminate Thatch and throw out the catcher Boyd. Tate Abbott, first pitch swinging, flies one out to center. Scipio is there to retire the side, but 2 runs come in to score for the Steamers. They're up 3-0 at the end of 3. Mercedes-Benz of Virginia Beach has earned a reputation as one of the Hampton Roads' most trusted luxury car dealers. Since their establishment in 2014, they found themselves as a premier name for Mercedes-Benz sales with exceptional service and unbeatable selections. If you're looking for a new or pre-owned Mercedes-Benz, they're the place to go to, being the premier dealership in Virginia Beach and a vast selection of Mercedes-Benz vehicles with easy leasing and financing. They're located on 4949 Virginia Beach Boulevard in Virginia Beach. You can call them at 757-499-3771. You can also visit their website at mercedes-benzofvirginiabeach.com. Nicky Wolking back out there for his 4th inning of work. He's already been handed a lead that he has not seen when he has faced Greenbrier. Steamers only put up 2 runs for him in his only other start. He went 8 innings and 1/3. And Luke Waters lines that one right into the glove of Chase Bruno.
Number 28, Warren Bailey. That's right, folks. Even though the Little White Stone and the Big Old Ultra, we have plenty of other choices in the beer garden.
So Woking has gone now a total between tonight and his one start in the regular season against the Knights of 11 2/3 innings with just one unearned run. He has quieted the Knights' bats. They've only had 2 hits tonight, one in the second, an infield hit off of Burton Hahn, and one in the third. And Bailey slaps the 0-1 towards the right side, but that'll go foul. Bailey flew out to center in his first at-bat.
He struck out. He got so mad he was beating the sand and stuff. He went in that bottom dugout and got his baseball bat.
And fastball out of the strike zone from Woking. Puts the count at 1-2. 1-2 coming to Bailey. And he reaches to get that one, and it's popped up to Bruno. So a line out and now a pop out to Chase Bruno to retire the first 2 Knights in the 4th inning. So that'll bring up the red-hot Burton Hahn. Hahn had the first hit of the night. For either side with his infield single in the 2nd inning. Swings for that fastball. Hahn was 3 for 3 with a pair of doubles. He has been red hot in his last game. 1 for 1 today. One offer, and Hahn hits that one up the middle of the diamond. There is Bruno to throw out Hahn. So 3 plays for the shortstop in the 4th inning as the Knights go down 1-2-3 yet again. Bottom of the 4th inning here from Edenton, North Carolina. Jackson hip checks the swing and he went around, 0-1. 0-1 coming to hit, and that one brushes him off the plate. So the count goes to 1 ball and 1 strike. Steamers have had 5 hits tonight. All of them have been to right field. 2 from lefty batters and 3 from righty batters. They're up 3-0. Swing and a miss for strike 3. McLeod will have to throw over to eliminate Jackson Hip.
Left field from Grandma Bacon, number 14, Hunter Cole.
So when Andrzejczyk has retired the first batter, which has only been once, he ended up setting down the next 2 Steamers. And for that same success right now at 47 pitches on the night through 3 1/3. And the 1-0 is fouled straight back by Hunter Cole. Evens up the count at a ball and a strike. And Cole watches a fastball sail outside. Cole has one of those singles off of Andrzejczyk. 5 hits, they've all been singles. Kellen Davis still out there working up in the Greenbrier bullpen. There's the first walk distributed by either pitcher. Comes with 1 out in the home 4th. And now Chuck Slaughter walks out to the mound along with the rest of the Knights defense. Doesn't look like he's pulling Andrzejczyk just yet. Just having some words with him, possibly to buy Kellen Davis some time, who is now not even warming up. He's watching. From the right side bullpen. Chuck Slaughter's is going to leave his starting pitcher out there after he just distributed his first walk. 1 out, and the 8-hole hitter, Davis Halstead. Halstead hit that ground ball to the third baseman, Waters. Faked a throw to first and was able to slap a tag on Tate Abbott, who came off the bag. And he takes the first pitch, fastball for a called strike, 0-1. And the 0-1 misses low as Andrzejczyk falls to his feet, and now going to second. I believe a balk was called because McLeod had the ball in his glove. But never threw it down as Hunter Cole just jogged over to second. That one misses outside to Cottle. 1-1 from Andrzejczyk. Proctor is holding Cole tightly at second. Andrzejczyk deals and misses inside. Justin Hill giving his base runner Hunter Cole and center fielder Davis Halstead some signs. With a 2-1 count. And that one misses low and away. It's now 3-1. See how much more time Chuck Slaughter gives Chad Andrzejczyk. After he struck out hip to start the inning, a walk on Cole, and now behind on Halstead, 3-1. And the 3-1 is a called strike. Halstead was about to toss the bat back to his dugout, and he thought that was ball 4. Payoff pitch from Andrzejczyk, and that one's hit towards the right side. Lucas is there, bobbles it, and he can't come up with it. And now Chuck Slaughter is going to come out for the second time this inning. We are going to have a possible pitching change. He has not pulled the ball just yet from Chad Andrzejczyk. Last game he waited to pull the starter. Now Kellen Davis is walking out. So that'll be all for Chad Andrzejczyk. He goes 3 1/3 inning. Allows 3 runs. He's responsible for the runners on the corners as Kellen Davis will make his postseason debut for the Knights. Kellen Davis, the first man out of the bullpen tonight for Greenbrier. He comes into a situation with runners on the corners and 1 out. So he could use a ground ball to leave his inherited base runner stranded. The Steamers have scored in each of the last 2 innings. Davis misses upstairs with a fastball, 2-0. Davis pitching that pitcher's duel here in Edenton back on July 11th. He was handed the loss that night. He only went one inning, allowed 1 run, which was unearned. Facing Alden Cottle, the 9-hole. After Andrazik was able to retire hip to start the inning, a walk, a balk, and then an untimely error from the second baseman Max Lucas puts runners on the corners. 2-1 coming to Cottle, and he fouls it back. 2-2 the count. Bryce Stevens is on deck. The Knights trying to hold the Steamers to 3 runs. They're going to need their bats to wake up. As Cottle steps out of the box. Gonna need at least 3 runs to tie this game. 4 for a victory. Now they might need just 4 to tie it. As Cottle is jammed, fly ball to center. Scipio's throw is cut off by Bowen. His throw to the plate goes to the backstop. And now going to second is Halstead, and he arrives safely. It's a sacrifice fly for Alden Cottle. As Hunter Cole comes in to score the 4th run of the night.
Second baseman, number 9, say no to Bryce Stevens.
There's a first pitch strike to Stevens, 0-1. Knights now trail 4-0. They haven't scored 5 runs against Edenton since their first matchup back on June 8th. As that one is poked out to right, in comes Burton Hahn to make the catch. Another run does come in to score for Edenton as they extend their lead to 4-0. Tristan Hensley leading off the 5th inning as the Knights bats look to get going here. They've been held in check by Nicky Wolking for the first 4 innings. They did send a couple balls to the warning track in the 3rd inning, but they just stayed in front of the fence. That was when they trailed 1-0. They were set down 1-2-3 in the 4th. They hit 3 balls to the shortstop, a ground ball, a pop-up, and a line drive that were all fielded cleanly by the best defensive player for the Steamers, Chase Bruno. Now they find themselves in a 4-0 deficit. 1-1 pitch, and that one goes to the glove of Jeremiah Boyd. Count goes to 2-1. Coming to Hensley, who was asked to bunt his first time up. Just popped it up to the catcher. Hensley fouls off that pitch, just got a piece of it, and the count is full. Payoff pitch coming to Hensley. And Wolking fans him for strike 3. 4th strikeout of the night for Wolking.
Just along with number 24, McLeod.
As Corbin McLeod steps into the box for the 2nd time tonight. McLeod is one of those 4 strikeout victims of Wolking. There's our first pitch strike, 0-1. Ball misses to McLeod, who had his first extra base hit of the summer. And his last home run, on his last at-bat rather, where he hit a home run against the Voyagers. And he pops that one straight up. Under it is Wolking. Cottle calls him off. We're out number 2.
First baseman, BOI, number 22, Dylan Bowen.
Now Dylan Bowen, he's 0 for 1 with a strikeout tonight. And first pitch, swinging and flies it out to left. Cole is there. So another 1-2-3 inning for Nicky Wolking. He's retired his last 7 batters. We're halfway through here at historic Hicks Field with the Steamers up 4-0. 2, 3, and 4 due up in the lineup for the Steamers here in the home half of the 5th inning. Kellen Davis recorded 2 outs of relief in the 4th inning, left one of his 2 inherited base runners stranded. Got each of his 2 batters to fly out. One of them scored on a sac fly, and he's ahead on Bruno, who's already struck out once tonight. And the 0-2 is just up high from Davis, 1-2. 1-2 pitch. And that misses inside, 2-2 the count. And Davis fans Bruno for the first out.
Designated hitter from YouTube coming to number 27, Tanner Dash.
So that's the first strikeout recorded by Davis, 3rd from Knight's pitching, and 2 out of the 3 of those strikeouts have been against Bruno. It's the first time that Bruno has struck out multiple times to a team not named Tarboro. We're currently up 5-4 in the top of the 8th inning. But the Sea Dogs do have 2 runners in scoring position with 2 outs, and Emmett Jefferson at the plate. Thatch lays off the 1-0, change up 2-0. Davis misses with a fastball, 3-0.
Nobody was in this work truck today.
If the Knights were to come back tonight, it would match their season high for a comeback victory.
That won't let me shine in. You take the stroll to shine in.
There's the second walk of the night, the first from Davis. Second in the last 2 innings as well.
Your catcher from Middle Tennessee State, number 33, Jeremiah Ford.
The Knights trailed 4-0 against the Voyagers, but that was early in the season. On June 11th, they trailed 4-0. However, that was the score in the bottom of the 3rd. The Knights tacked on a run in the 4th. Through their first 5 times up at the plate tonight, they've only accounted for 2 hits. It's been completely silenced by Nicky Wolking. That fastball misses away. Two-0 from Davis, and Boyd swings through that pitch and falls to his knees. Boyd is 1 for 2 tonight. He grounded into a double play that scored a run. Didn't get an RBI for that, of course, because you don't get an RBI when you roll into 2. Now Davis is behind 3-1 on him. Boyd scored the first run of the evening back in the 2nd inning. 3-1 misses low to the knees of Boyd.
If you take 6 steps down in your toe, get $1 off any shake or energy drink.
It's the second straight walk off of Davis, and Corbin McLeod along with Dominic Proctor, the shortstop, going to go out to the mound to have a meeting. Davis retired his first 3 batters out of the bullpen, but has walked his last 2.
We're facing the top valley. Number 20, Tate Abbott.
Now he has to face the lefty and Tate Abbott. He's 1 for 2 today with a single. And the lefty pops that one up towards left field. Over comes Hensley, and he makes the catch for the second out.
Right field from College Johnson, number 19, Jackson Hill.
Jackson hip swings to the first pitch that he sees from Davis, 0-1. Davis shakes off McLeod a couple of times, and now he's ready from the stretch. A 1 offer, and that one misses away. And the 1-1 is flied out to left. Back goes Hensley to the warning track, and he backs up, and he makes the catch for the third out. That ball sent Hensley all the way to the warning track. He had his back against the fence, but he's able to reel it in to leave 2 steamers stranded on the base pass. We'll head to the 6th inning here from Edenton, North Carolina, with the Steamers up 4-0. 9-1 and 2 due up in the inning as we start the 6th of the PCL semifinals from Edenton. Steamers up 4-0. Proctor is 0 for 1 tonight. He sent one to the warning track on a 3-1 pitch in his last at-bat. Wolking has kept the Knights in check all season, and especially here tonight. Just 2 hits from Greenbrier. Both of them were singles. And they haven't had a base runner since the 3rd inning. Wolking has retired his last 7 batters. Proctor, Scipio, and Lucas due up in the inning, and the 1-1. Proctor went around according to the first base umpire. So now he's behind 1-2. Wolking has 4 strikeouts tonight. He's a pitch away from his 5th. 1-2 offer. And Proctor slaps that one foul to stay alive. One, 2 coming to Proctor. And that pitch bounces in front of home plate. Down evens up 2 balls and 2 strikes. Proctor was 4 for 13 in the regular season against Steamer pitching. Looking to start this 6th inning. 9-hole. And again, that pitch misses low from Wolking, and the count is now full. Knights haven't had a base runner since the 3rd inning. Here's the 3-2 from Wolking, and Proctor fouls it off. Wolking's at 64 pitches tonight. So he might not be able to go over 8 like he did the first time he faced Greenbrier. Here's the payoff pitch to Proctor. And another high fly ball out to left, chasing Cole back, who retreats and just makes the catch in front of the warning track for the first out. 8 straight batters now retired by Wolking. As Quincy Scipio steps into the box, he was the last man to reach base with his 2-out single in the 3rd. And Scipio, first pitch swinging, rolls one to Bruno. And the flashy shortstop's throw is in time for out number 2. I think Scipio broke his bat on that ground ball as well. And we'll have to get new lumber for his next plate appearance. Max Lucas steps into the box. He's sending one deep out to the warning track, and that one is hit to the second baseman, Stevens, who dives to make the catch. Nicky Wolking has retired the last 10 Knights hitters. We'll head to the middle of the 6th inning in the 2022 PCL semifinals with the Knights trailing 4-0. Kellen Davis back out there to face the lefty Hunter Cole. We start the bottom of the 6th inning. Checking in on the game in Tarboro. They are in the 9th inning. The River Bandits are up 5-4 with one out in the top of the 9th inning. The Sea Dogs do have a man on first base with Lincoln Lubson at the plate, who has already hit a home run tonight. We'll keep you updated as that game progresses. Game here, Steamers have scored one run in the third, one run in the second, two in the third, and one in the fourth. They're up 4-0. Nicky Wolking has held the Knights to just 2 hits as a leadoff walk drawn by Hunter Cole. That's his second walk in the last 2 innings.
Center field from number 12, Davis Halstead.
It's the 3rd time tonight that Edenton has their leadoff man aboard. Davis Halstead takes a fastball for a called strike, 0-1. Davis is used to going long innings as a reliever. In his 3 relief outings in the regular season, he went 3 innings in 2 of them. The only time he failed to go over 1 inning was against the Steamers. That was because the game ended. That was the last inning that a Knights pitcher threw in the 8th. One-two from Davis, and that one is slapped into center field for a base hit. First hit of the night for Davis Halstead. He has reached every time that he's come into the box. He's reached on an error and the fielder's choice. It's the third time tonight that Edenton has had their first 2 batters of an inning reach base. They did that back in the second and the third, where they scored 3 out of their 4 runs. We'll see what Justin Hill wants to do with his 9-hitter up. Runners on first and second, nobody out. Cottle is back in the box, and he swings at the first pitch and lines it into left field. Being held up at third is Hunter Cole. So that'll load the bases for Bryce Stevens.
Bryce Stevens.
Top of the lineup for the Steamers, still nobody out. Kyle Andrazik, the brother of the starting pitcher for Greenbrier, Chad, appears to be getting loose in the bullpen. That first pitch sails up high from Davis, 1-0. Stevens flew out to right field in his first at bat against Davis. He's 1 for 3 tonight. A single and a run. That one's above the letters of the leadoff hitter, 2-0. And the 2-0 is shot out to center. Scipio retreats. Tagging at third is Cole. Scipio's throw goes to third, so a run will score. It's the second sacrifice fly of the night for the Steamers to bring in their 5th run.
Shortstop Montre, number 4, Chase Bruno.
I'll bring up shortstop Chase Bruno. Bruno's 0 for 2 tonight with a pair of strikeouts. Struck out once by Andrazik and once by Kellen Davis. Runners on first and second, 1 out. Bruno slaps that one towards the right side, out of play. One coming to Bruno. That one just misses off the plate. And Bruno swings over that pitch. Even up the count, 2-2. With Halstead on second, Cottle on first. Already 1 run home for Edenton in the inning. Davis tries to limit the damage. Knights have not come back from 5 runs all season. That ball skips over by McLeod. He doesn't see it, and it rolls all the way into the Steamers' dugout. Now it's a full count on Bruno with 2 runners in scoring position. Infield now in for Greenbrier. 3-2 is hit to third, but foul.
That's why
Hits that one into the left center gap. That'll score 2. Throw goes to second, and Bruno is gunned down for the second out, but it is a 2 RBI single for Chase Bruno to extend the Steamers' lead to 7-0. And now we do have a final from Tarboro. The River Bandits have defeated the Virginia Beach Sea Dogs, the 4-seeded team, to end their season. So Tarboro, the 1 seed, will host the PCL Championship on Saturday evening at Tarboro Municipal Stadium. They will host the winner of this game, regardless of the outcome. Count is 1-1 on Tanner Thatch. Davis shakes off McLeod a couple of times. Pitch from the windup. And Thatch drills that one to right. If it's fair, it's extra bases, but it's foul. Thatch just missed getting all that one as well, but a little bit early on the swing. One, two. And Davis takes care of Thatch with a fly ball to left. Waiting for it to come down is Hensley for the third out, but 3 runs come in to score for the Steamers as they are now up 7-0 as we head to the 6th. 7th. Luke Waters leading off the top of the 7th inning here in Edenton. And first pitch swinging, rolls one over to Cottle. And throw to first to retire Waters for out number 1. bring up Warren Bailey. Wolking has retired his last 11 hitters. Got the Knights in a funk. And if they are unable to pull off what would be a remarkable comeback, and that means that I am broadcasting my final 2.5 innings of the summer. The potential Edenton Tarboro Championship matchup. It's been nice to get to know the guys from almost all the 6 teams in the PCL. Mostly gotten to know Greenbrier well, staying with Coach Chuck Slaughter this summer, along with some of their players like Burton Hahn, Max Lucas, Kyle Andrezek. Just making some friendships. 1-1, Bailey rolls one to Bruno, and he fires in time. 2 down.
USC Union, number 11, Burton Hahn.
Done a lot of stuff with the guys this summer. Kyle and I actually went to the Tides game last night in Norfolk. So I'm a big Mets fan, and Matt Harvey was starting last night for the Tides, so I really wanted to go see the former Met pitcher pitch. His teammates with Michael Kadire in the 2015 World Series. Kadire, of course, played in the Tidewater Summer League, developing his game just like the rest of these guys. When you live with them, you really get to just learn their work ethic. A lot of the guys just got gym memberships for the summer in Virginia just to stay fit. And when they wouldn't go to the gym, they would be at a local batting cage that would just simply let them walk in and take some swings off the tee. Count is 1-2 here on Hahn. And he takes that one up and in. Evens it up at 2-2. Gone to the beach a couple of times as well. I remember when one of the first times that we went together, Max Lucas, who's from Texas, so there aren't many beaches where he lives, wasn't going in the water, so we were asking him, hey Max, why aren't you going in? And he's like, there's sharks out there, man, you never know. So Max was scared to go in the ocean water because of the potential sharks. Full count, and Hahn checks the swing and fouls it back. Wolking has struck out 4 tonight. He's yet to walk a batter. 3-2 on Hahn. And he fouls it off. Over comes Abbott for a look, but that'll land into the Knights' dugout. Hahn is just one of 2 Knights to reach base tonight. Him and Quincy Scipio each singled in the 2nd and 3rd inning, respectively. That has been the only base runners off of Nicky Wolking. Payoff pitch to Hahn. And that one's inside, and he's aboard for the 2nd time tonight.
Henry, number 10, Tristan Hensley.
So that ends a span of 12 consecutive batters retired by Wolking. Tristan Hensley comes into the box for the 3rd time tonight. He's 0 for 2. He popped up a bunt attempt and struck out in his last at-bat. Fouls off that first pitch from Wolking, 0-1. Hensley did not play in the quarterfinal. As I mentioned earlier in the broadcast, he was the only knight that was not in the starting lineup on Tuesday afternoon. That was tonight. If he can keep the inning going, Corbin McLeod would be the next Greenbrier hitters. That one is thrown past the first baseman, Abbott, and over to second goes Hahn. We'll take a small turn. That's the first time that Wolking throws a ball over. Hahn takes second. Hahn is the only Knights runner to reach scoring position. He's left stranded on second after a wild pitch. This time he reaches on a bad pickoff move from Wolking. And the 1-1 misses out of the strike zone away. Just chatting it up with Chase Bruno over at short. He's been pretty lonely there tonight. Hasn't had anyone to talk to. Only Bert tonight. And the 2-1 is flied out to left. Cole is under it. And he reels it in. So the Knights leaving their second runner stranded tonight in scoring position. It's stretch time here in Edenton, with the Knights trailing 7-0. Jeremiah Boyd leading off the 7th inning for the Steamers, and the first pitch, he swings through his knees again. Second time that he's done that tonight. If you haven't been able to come down to Historic Kicks Field for a Steamers game, if you ever get the chance to meet Jeremiah Boyd, he's definitely someone of interest. He just loves talking to everyone. He's just a humble guy as he sends that one into center field. It's his second hit of the night.
First base, number 20, Tate Abbott.
That'll bring up the lefty Tate Abbott. He's 1 for 3. He singled back in the second. guess if you are planning to come down to Edenton, it's going to have to wait until next season, because this will be the final home game for the Steamers until next summer. The number 1 seeded River Bandits hosting the championship game Saturday night. And the lefty hits one to the second baseman, Lucas, and that's his second error of the night. Max Lucas didn't have a single error the entire regular season, and he's got 2 here tonight.
Right field from College Charleston, number 19, Jackson Hill.
Max broke the strings on one of his gloves that he used primarily throughout the season in Tarboro a couple weeks ago. He's been using a different one ever since. Said he has gotten adjusted to it, but tonight it's been rough going. Jackson Hipp is 0 for 3 thus far tonight as he fouls off a 1-0 pitch.
5-4 ball, and then locations 2 against the Husky.
Is the only Steamer that has not reached base and only Edenton hitter to not have a hit. Now he's behind on Davis, 1-2. 1-2 on its way, and Davis takes care of Jackson Hipp for the first out.
Left field from Randolph, making number 14, Hunter Cole.
That'll bring up Hunter Cole. They call him Mr. Edenton in Edenton. The lefty is 1 for 1 tonight with a pair of walks. He's scored twice as well as he gets backed off the plate. One-0 coming from Davis. Cole swings through a high fastball, 1-1. Cole has reached every time tonight. He swings through that pitch, now behind 1-2. Cole was 4 for 12 in the regular season against the Knights. And he takes a called strike 3, back-to-back strikeouts for Kellen Davis. And there are 2 out in the 7th.
Number 12, Davis Halstead.
It's the 3rd strikeout for Davis, 5th of the night for Greenbrier, and Drazek, who started, had 2 of his own. First pitch to David Halstead. He swings out of his shoes. 0-1. Seen that a few times tonight from Edenton hitters. It'll be interesting to see how long they decide to keep walking in the game. Up by 7 runs. Someone warming up in the Steamers side of the bullpen as Halstead swings over that pitch, 1-2. Wilkins had 83 pitches through the first 7 innings. And that ball is on the outside corner. A called strike 3. Kellen Davis strikes out his last 3 batters, leaves 2 steamers stranded as we head to the 8th inning here at Historic Hicks Field. Get your game on with D-Bat of Virginia Beach. Baseball, softball, training, and more. D-Bat of Virginia Beach is a state-of-the-art facility with over 17,000 square feet, 13 batting cages, and professional instructors who don't just know baseball and softball, but live and breathe it. You can find them located on 5258A Fairfield Shopping Center in Virginia Beach. You can call them at 757-467-1111. You can also visit their website at dbatofvirginiabeach.com. Welcome back to the Tidewater Summer League YouTube channel. Hayden Bandel here with you. Thanks for sticking it out with me tonight. We had over an hour and a half rain delay before we were even able to get this game started, along with some lightning bolts as well. Corbin McLeod pops up the first pitch from Woking, who is clapping his hands into his glove before Bruno even makes the catch for the first out. Woking now at 84 pitches through 7 1/3 inning. Blake Gibson is warming up in the bullpen for the Steamers. Dylan Bowen fouls off that first pitch, 0-1. Bowen's 0 for 2 tonight. He struck out and flew out to left. The Knights have just had 3 different occasions where they've had base runners. Quincy Scipio has singled, Burton Hahn has singled and walked. They haven't had a runner reach third base all night as well. And now Bowen's behind, 0-2. Oh-2 coming from Bowen, and the curveball is pulled over to third. Cottle is there for out number 2. So Woking just 4 pitches in the inning, and he's retired the 7 and 8 batters in the Knights lineup. Dominic Proctor is 0 for 2. He's hit 2 deep fly balls to center and left. First pitch is in there for a called strike. Woking has done nothing but deal against Greenbrier in the regular season. He started a game when 8 1/3 innings, just allowed 1 unearned run. And thus far tonight he's gone 7 2/3 innings, and he's just allowed 2 hits. 1 ball, 1 strike on Proctor, and he chops that one. Another opportunity for Cottle. It's another 1-2-3 inning from Woking. I can hear him from the stands out here. A big let's go as he sends the Knights down 1-2-3. We'll head to the bottom of the 9th in the 2022 PCL semifinals. Kyle Andrazik. First pitch to Alden Cottle is up high, facing 9-1-2 in the Steamer lineup. Kyle's older brother Chad started this game. Kellen Davis followed him, went 3 2/3 innings where he allowed 3 runs. And that one is over the head of Waters and into left field. A leadoff single for Alden Cottle, his second hit of the night. What could be the final defensive inning for the Knights. They trail by 7 runs here in the bottom of the 8th. They'll have the top of the lineup, Scipio, Lucas, and Waters, due up in the next half inning. As Bryce Stevens steps into the box for the 5th time tonight, takes the pitch inside. It gets by McLeod, and over to second goes Cottle. Andrazik started the second meeting between these two teams. Did not fare too well. He only went 2 innings. Was handed the loss after he allowed 5 runs, 4 of which were earned. Pitch to number 2, Stevens. Fly ball left field, chases Hensley back. And he retreats to make the catch. He dropped the ball, but I believe that was on the transfer, as the umpire at second base does signal that.
Shortstop for Moncrief, number 4, Chase Bruno.
So that'll bring up Chase Bruno. Bruno, who led off that game when Andrzejczyk started. Hit a home run over the left field fence to rudely greet him to Historic Hicks Field. And Bruno lays off his first pitch, 1-0. Coming to Bruno. And he fouls that one off his foot right to the on-deck batter, Tanner Thatch. Scoops it up. One ball, one strike, one out, one on. And Bruno lines that one past the diving Proctor and into left field. It's the second hit of the night for Bruno. Third time that he's reached the base pass.
Number 27, Tanner Thatch.
I'll bring up the left-handed batter, Tanner Thatch. Thatch is 1 for 3 tonight. He knocked in a run back in the third. Lays off the first pitch from Andrzejczyk away. 1-0. Offer, and that one's fouled off of the mask of McLeod. Evens up the count at a ball and a strike. That 1-1 sails away. The count moves to 2-1. And that 2-1 pitch is fouled off. And 2-2 misses up high, and the count is now full. Thatch does not have an extra base hit in the regular season or the post, but now he drills that one to right. And there is his first extra base hit against the Knights. It's a 3-run shot off of Kyle Andrzejczyk, and it is now 10-0 Steamers. First home run of the postseason for Tanner Thatch. It's his first hit that goes for extra bases against Greenbrier pitching.
Get your Middle Tennessee State, number 33, Jeremiah Moore.
There's no one warming up in Greenbrier. The final 3 outs, bearing a 10-run inning, belong to Andrzejczyk. Counts 2-0 on Boyd. He's 2 for 3 tonight, a pair of singles and a walk. Now the home plate umpire is signaling to the Knights dugout. Andrzejczyk showed some arm soreness, but he's waving off Chuck Slaughter. Kind of doing some stretching with his left leg right now. Last thing that Kyle wants is to get hurt right now. Down by 10 runs in the bottom of the 8th inning. The Steamers look to win their first playoff game in 5 years. And it'll be their first championship game appearance since 2015. 3-1, Boyd takes all the way. And that's outside, ball 4, 4th time tonight that Boyd has reached.
First base, the top of the valley, number 20, Tate Abbott.
Bring up the lefty Tate Abbott. The first lefty that Andrzejczyk faced was Thatch. He ended up sending one over the right field fence. That ball skips on by McLeod. Count is 1-0 on Abbott. And Andrzejczyk brushes him off the plate. It's been a rough time for these Knights against the Steamers. In particular, Nicky Wolking offensively. This time the pitching just wasn't there. It was going to be tough after they threw out their best 2 arms on Tuesday to get by the 6-seeded Voyagers. Henry Swearall, we knew was not going to be able to make tonight's game. He has a class. He came out of the bullpen, the only night out of the bullpen in the quarterfinals. For Andrew Ramos, who went 4 innings and 1/3. Swearall finished, went 4 2/3. Didn't allow a run. Maybe if they would have saved Ramos to start tonight's game and maybe started Swearall on Tuesday, could have been a different recipe. But nevertheless, if you're not going to hit, and it doesn't matter, just 2 hits tonight for Greenbrier. They've had 3 base runners. Burton Hahn has reached twice. They haven't had a runner on third base all night. Steamers have had their number since the first time they met. But the Knights won on June 8th, 8-2, as Andrzejczyk retires Abbott for the first out. Excuse me, second out.
Right here is from Miles Johnson, number 19, Jackson Hill.
So now Jackson Hip. And although the game is almost but said and done, Hip is the only steamer that has not reached base or had a hit. He takes the first pitch curveball from Mandrziak a bit inside, 1-0. Just a confidence booster to go into the championship game for Hip if he can find a way just to get on, have a base knock off of Mandrziak. That curveball hangs in for a strike. As Hip kind of backs his head away from the call. Mandrziak looks over at Boyd. Here's the 1-1 offer, and that one is pounded in the zone, 1-2. From Mandrziak, and he retires Hip. Third time that Hip has gone down tonight on strikes. As we head to our potential final inning of summer baseball in 2022 here on the Tidewater Summer League YouTube channel. Mercedes-Benz of Virginia Beach offers Mercedes-Benz service and repairs. So you have access to the latest specialized technology and precise analysis from Mercedes-Benz trained technicians who undergo regular and frequent training, so they're always up to date on every component of your vehicle. Find them at 4949 Virginia Beach Boulevard. Call their service hotline, 757-499-3773. You can also visit their website at mercedes-benz-of-virginiabeach.com. Blake Gibson on in relief for Nicky Wolking, who goes 8 scoreless innings against Greenbrier. That's a total of 16 1/3 innings against tonight in the regular and postseason, with just 1 run, which was unearned. Gibson made 3 relief outings in the regular season and looking to get 3 outs here to send the Steamers to the PCL championship. He did start the game back on June 20th against the Knights. That was the first time that the Steamers beat Greenbrier, 13-4 victory. Gibson got the win, went 5 innings, allowed just 1 run on 6 hits. And Scipio went around according to the home plate umpire. Count evens up 2-2. Also some defensive changes for the Steamers. Case Kermode behind the plate, Jared Beebe at first, and Tyler West in right field. Payoff pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3 for the first out in the 9th.
20% off of an item. Second base from Canova, number 1, Max Lucas.
So that'll bring up the lefty Max Lucas. And he takes the first pitch fastball called strike, 0-1. So whenever Max comes into the box, I say that he is a lefty, but the only thing that he does left-handed is swing a baseball bat. As he swings one out towards right center, and in comes Davis Halstead for out number 2. Now Sean Aronson pinch hitting for Luke Waters. Went 0 for 3 tonight. The Knights down to their final out of the season. First pitch swinging. Aronson fouls it straight back. 0-1. Aronson started the season with Virginia Beach. This is Sean Aronson. And he takes a called strike, and just like that, the Knights are down to their final strike of the season. The Steamers fans come to an applause at historic Hicks Field. 0-2 to Aronson. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And the Edenton Steamers are moving on to the PCL Championship. They defeat the Greenbrier Knights 10-0.
Let's give these young men a great round.
And they will head to Tarboro on Saturday night as they get a round of applause from their home crowd. This is their final home game.
Thank you to the fans for coming out and sticking with us all year.
The PA announcer thanks their fans, and that is it for us. The Steamers will play Tarboro Saturday night at 7 p.m. at Tarboro Municipal Stadium. They defeated the Virginia Beach Sea Dogs earlier tonight 5-4.
At Tarboro.
So make sure to tune in to that broadcast to watch the final game of the PCL postseason. I will not be on that call as the Steamers defeat the Knights 10-0. This is Hayden Bandel signing off for one final time here on the Tidewater Summer League YouTube channel.